Hi everybody and welcome to Yo Pops, the podcast with me, your host Sean Williams and my dad.
Hi.
We hope that you've all had an amazing week so far and you're enjoying the conversations. And today, actually we've got a really fantastic topic that we want to get into. But before I do any of that, how are you, Dad?
I'm good.
Like to see you in
I think the sun is shining.
It really is shining on you.
Yes.
It's just like,
And you too.
I feel good. I feel hot.
You do?
Oh, I feel so warm, Dad. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're hot.
And I'm
You're hot.
in temperature, Dad. Just give us a second.
You just said you're hot.
You're right. Just what's wrong with you? Yeah, as in I'm warm.
You just said you were hot. That's what you said.
Dad.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. That's all I did.
Oh man, it's too early for this. It's too early for this. Hey, right.
Right? Right.
How are you?
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good. Very
I think
good.
the sun might be.
No.
You've been standing next to electrical charges too much.
I think it's heating you up.
It is heating me up a little bit. I can't lie, Dan. I can't lie. I have to say this to you. Do you know the amount of correspondence I get from people on my social platforms about you?
No, I
It's
don't.
like, I love your dad. Oh, his voice sounds and feels like a big hug. I just want to hug him. And I'm like, yeah, good luck doing that in front of my mum, mate. Let's see if you survive that little attempt. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are loving what you're doing. So carry on.
Thank you. Thank you. I will.
Good, Dad.
I will, as long as you allow me to.
Yeah.
Because I know you can pull the plug. I tell you.
Well, you keep making comments like you're making, and yeah, this season's going to be over.
Exactly.
So, I have a very. Did I ask you how you are?
I think the sun is getting to you.
First of all,
I think the sun is getting to
do you see any teleprompters here?
you. Is it?
I'm being serious. Do you see any teleprompters? Do you see any? No. So I've got to remember everything that we're doing. So
That's true.
I just want to make sure that, and it's not really for me. It's for them. They're
Okay.
make sure you ask him how he is. What's he doing? Blah, 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 blah. So, how are you?
I am good.
How has your week been?
Fine.
Yeah. And your morning's been a good one?
Yes, it has been indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
Just a bit of problem with my phone, but apart from
I've
that,
had enough of you and your phone, Dad. My father has
you did ask the question.
I did. You're right. But you've got 5 phones and you don't need 5 phones.
I do for the platform that I've got, but the different streaming platform.
Dad, you can use 1 or 2 phones, have all of those platforms on those phones, and then you're nice instead of having like an individual phone, one for that, one for the other, one for the other.
See, sometimes people don't ask you, give us the dynamic, give us a reason behind it.
Well, let me tell you why. My reason behind it is I watch you serve and minister in the church setting a lot, and your phone will start ringing whilst you're teaching Bible study, or it will start ringing whilst you're preaching, or it will fall down because it's next to 10 other devices, or you'll have to lean forward and start touching buttons, or
Why are you bringing my business out?
exactly because you're the one sitting there going, I need them for the different platforms. I'm like, Dad.
Honestly.
All right, I'll stop talking your business. So, Dad, I have quite a, how would I put this? It's quite a deep topic today.
Okay.
And I've had some conversations over the past couple of weeks that gives me the sense that there's a lot of people that are going through this type of moment at the moment. I think it feels like a season of a thing. And a lot of my conversations, the ones I want to have and the ones I try and hide from, they are all revolving around the feeling that there is a significant seasonal change or life transition happening. And I think those moments like that can be scary.
Yeah.
Especially if you feel like you're being pushed and you're not jumping. I mean, jumping is scary enough on its own. But a lot of people, I think that they feel like they're kind of being guided to an edge that they don't want. And I think the first thing I wanted to ask you, Dad, is how do you know and identify when change and transition is happening?
I think generally things begin to be different in your life, and it varies. And so the things that you are familiar with begin to becoming either obsolete, and therefore it's driving you to make informed decisions as to where you want to go and what you want to do. So it is something that you can't avoid, because, like in so many instances, things reach their expiry date, and things, time and seasons, somehow seems to do that. And whenever time it is happening, you have to be prepared. As you said, not wait until you're pushed, but rather prepared to jump. And jumping, of course, there's always element of uncertainty that you would experience, and challenges that you're going to go through. And generally, it's how you are prepared mentally, physically, even spiritually.
Definitely spiritually.
To deal with it. And this is what's happening. So you have to be prepared to be consciously aware.
I love that.
That changes are taking place.
To the person that is jumping, I feel like what you just said is an amazing piece of advice, because it's obviously the preparation that will be the precursor to the level of success. Dad, to a person that feels pushed, so that you know that they were physically trying to stop what was happening, but they found themselves over the edge and free falling. How would you then either advise or encourage them to then also, if they feel out of control of the situation, how would you encourage them to start to either gain control or to be in a position where they can start to move with?
Yeah, I think they have to first acknowledge that changes are taking place.
Right.
And embrace that
nice word.
that changes. See, and if you're not wholeheartedly into embracing it, then you're going to find it a challenge, and it's going to manifest itself in different ways, such as it will breathe anxiety, and when that begins to happen, you find like everything feels as if it's going pear-shaped. Purely because you are not prepared to embrace it. Now, of course, changes lend itself into the unknown, and unknown by itself has the propensity to create worry and trepidation in more cases than one. And so if one mindset is not in the right place to embrace these changes and be ready for the benefit that it potentially could bring, because changes is not the end, it is the beginning.
Yes, I love that. Sorry, I nearly got too excited there.
Yes, you're okay. You're okay to get excited. So that is what happened. That most people sometimes feel that it's the end rather than understanding.
It's a new beginning.
That is a new beginning, and it potentially can come with incredible benefit, as depending on how you mentally approach it.
I wanted to add to your point, Dad, because you said that preparation for the person that's jumping is really key, emotionally, physically, and then you alluded to spiritually. And I really wanted to lean into the spiritual element of it, because there have been moments over the last year where I've been speaking to you. And in fact, to be honest, right before I started Spill, And I stopped working with the performing arts company that I'd been with for a historical period here in Cambridge. And I remember telling you the situation because it all happened in quite a quick space of time.
Yeah, indeed.
And the information you gave me, Dad, I knew you could tell that this was a make or break moment.
Yeah.
This is where I'm either going to release myself to, or I'm going to be fearful of the open ocean and I'm going to stay in the pond I've always known.
That's right.
And one of the things that you said to me, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit, you were basically saying, don't lean into physical strength or mental might.
Yeah.
Because you do not have the answers that your situation and your brain's gonna, the questions that they're gonna ask, you don't have the answers in yourself because it's gonna require information that you don't yet have. But what you told me to do was, you were like, lean into your spirit. Because within your spirit is the knowing of knowledge that is yet to manifest itself, but it's been like already put in.
Yes.
And so I wanted to ask, Dad, very quickly, to those that are spiritually minded, what does spiritual preparation in moments of change and transition look like?
Number one is the reliance on what you know. And what you know comes from the Word of God. Yes, I mean, because if you have no knowledge of God's Word, then you are relying purely on your own power and might.
Which is limited.
Which is limited. And it is what oftentimes cause people to spiral downward.
Oh, Dad, I love this.
With speed to the bottom, because there's nothing to hold them up.
There's no anchoring.
There's no anchoring at all. And so when you are spiritually connected, which comes via the Word, then you have the guarantee that you will make it. You will come through. And if we were to give a basic example,
please do.
Now, these flowers that are there.
Yeah.
Now, under the right situation, they bloom and they are beautiful. But if the environment becomes hostile, they will go into dormancy until the environment changes again. For example, rain comes and you'll be amazed to see
what starts coming out of the ground.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is the same thing with spiritual consciousness and awareness, is that as long as you are in creating the right environment, you're going to be blooming. So even if a harsh period comes, it doesn't kill you. It may slow you down and slow down the growth and the beauty that you are potentially emanating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is what it really means. So as a person consciously aware of their spiritual strength, when changes come, they embrace it in the assurance that they have the guarantee. And one of the things that comes to mind from the Word of God, it says that consider the lilies of the valley.
They neither toil.
And consider the birds of the air.
Yeah.
And it said, if your heavenly Father take care of those things, how much more you, which is of more value than those things. So therefore, that in itself should tell you how much and how important you are to God, as well as how much God sees you, and whatever changes that are going to come, He's already made provision for those changes.
I love that, Dad. I want to, that really nicely leans into the next question I want to ask. So then, Dad, how do you advise or encourage people? How do you accept the change or the season or the moment of transition that's coming?
Is to recognize that you are potentially going into new dimensions.
Yeah.
And those, another word would be opportunity. Changes bring about opportunities in one way or the other. Changes also create information that in most cases are valuable, because what you're going to experience in your changes, it's either you're going to have a raving success, or you may feel that it has failed, because that's what sort of cultivate the worries and the anxieties that, I'm used to my comfort zone. I used to a life in a certain way, and now I am being pushed out or taken out of that comfort zone. So therefore, depending on where your mind is sitting, as to whether you're going to perceive the changes as going to success, opportunity to take you into a better place, are you going to see the potential for failure?
Yeah.
Now, I like the attitude of, say, I think this guy, his name, if I'm not wrong, a guy called Thomas Edison.
Yeah, the light guy.
The one that, discover.
Well, the one that we've been told.
Indeed, yeah. I mean,
we'll leave that alone. Yeah. We ain't trying to get shadow banned.
Exactly.
Mr. Edison, thanks for the lights, by the way.
Yes. But somebody asked him, 1,100 times you have failed in your discovery. He said, no, I didn't. He said, I learned 700 ways how not to do it.
Yeah.
And I really believe that if one approach life and changes and transition in that way, then it is exciting, because you're going into new discoveries.
Yeah. Do you know what, Dad? It's so funny you say that, because one of the things that have massively helped me to deal with changes and transitions is we've spoken about this before, where we think a lot, Dad. Like, we like to see everything and we will simulate it in every way that we can, in the air, on the land, in the sea, if it goes exactly how we want it, if it goes nothing like how we want it, if it goes a little bit wrong. The acceptance, and more than that, but the contentment to know that I don't have the answers has massively helped me, Dad, because I haven't gone in expecting to be able to A, know everything about this new environment I'm going in, and B, that I should be able to dominate it straight away. That my understanding that with each new turn and transition, there is an element of discovery.
Yes.
Which then leads me into the arc of trust in my spiritual relationship with God, because I'm like, okay, you're telling me to walk in some places, and of myself, I'm scared, I don't want to go here. And because then my trust isn't in my own ability, Dad, then it's almost like I'm able to extract more out of my potential, because I'm now naturally doing things that are pulling out like hidden purpose.
Yes, of course, yes.
Then it's almost like you're like, I don't know I could do that, or I could. Does that make sense, Dad?
Of course.
So in the relinquishing of what I call personal autonomous control, Dad, how do we encourage or help people to lean into the art of what I call trusting God through the purpose and the path that He has for us?
One of the things that I think is important is to embrace what is available to you, and what that may come in different forms. And a lot of people oftentimes, I don't know whether society creates that within people, where they feel that they must be brave, and it's okay to be brave, but the kind of braveness we're talking about is one that let people feel they can do it all by themselves, rather than seeking the help of those who either already gone ahead, those who have got the experience. And that is where I think a lot of people fall down, because they don't do that. And the moment that they feel it's not within their capacity to achieve something, they say, okay, tell you what, I'm giving up. No, as you rightly said, there are things in us that we don't know it's in us. You see what I mean? And circumstances and situation brings out those undiscovered things, in an amazing way. And so I would say to every person, it's not just to go exploring in the woods or on the sea, but there is an exploration that needs to go on within.
Yes. Because it's almost like when I look at when we have massive weather situations, that there is so much that weathering buries.
Yeah.
And then there is so much that weathering uncovers. But without the environmental change.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think sometimes, Dad, there are moments where we are going into a new season and we're trying to uncover what the moment's trying to bury. And there are certain things we're trying to cover up that it's trying to uncover for us to walk into. And I think, just as you were speaking, I'm definitely guilty of this. Sometimes I've been bravely stupid.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Then
Yes.
it's like you double down on what you hope is the right thing, but you kind of know within yourself, I don't think I should be doing this. But and you know when you hear those terms like wrong and strong, like, I hate those kinds of words. Like, there is no strength in being wrong.
Yeah.
You're just wrong. You're just idiot.
Yes, of course.
And so I think there is humbly wrong. And in the same way, I think that there are times where I've been bravely stupid was because I was trying to lean into the strength and the power of my own understanding and will.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing worse than when you see a person trying to exact their will on something that they have a far less capacity than.
Yes.
Which takes me perfectly into my next question, Dad. And it's a bit of a personal one. What, if anything, has ever scared you the most about change or transition? And can you remember or identify a time or moment where you were like, oh, and what was it? But you don't have to give all of that information.
I think coming out of my familiar environment.
So when you left Jamaica and came...
When I leave Jamaica, I don't know why you have to go to Jamaica.
I didn't say...
You like the Jamaica thing too much. You know what I'm saying to you?
It's because I get to learn about you, Dad. Because when you have grandchildren...
Indeed.
Then they're going to ask me questions.
We're not going to go down that road again.
You're the one that always brings it up. So I just thought, instead of kind of, left in it, I just thought, let's hit it straight on. So, when
leaving your familiar environment is oftentimes the most challenging. And for me, it was coming into what I considered to be the unknown. There is that thing within most of us, that spirit of discovery. And I find that although it gives you a certain fear to let go of that which you brought up with, familiar with, name it, to be looking, as you said earlier on, let go in the great big ocean, and you don't know what to expect, but the fact that you approach it with a desire to know, to achieve, and to exploit whatever potential there is, it drives you. And it was something I was saying to you the other day, that you have, some of us seem to be born with this inherent drive. You're not quite sure where you got it from, but it's evolving in you. It makes you're not settling for the mediocre kind of stuff. It makes you want to go beyond the norm and achieve things. And I believe that some of us are destined to do that. So,
Dad, where does that come from?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I listen to people in different settings, either in the business world or social media, whatever else, and you hear what I call these non-specific, ambiguous terms, like, and just for a minute, I want to just release myself. The universe wants you to, or the energy. And Dad, because those things are so non-specific.
Of course.
And as created beings, we are so specifically designed.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
And so, please, Dad, break the box open.
Yeah.
Where do those things? Where does that come from? Purpose.
purpose.
And the architect of purpose is God.
Absolutely. So in all of us
Yeah.
is an inbuilt purpose. Call it a USB, so to speak. We've got a few. I mean, you got quite a lot, but in general.
Yeah, I do.
In general.
I'm your iOS update course. I got a lot. I got everything you've got. I did extra.
Yes. So you look at, for example.
Me and my siblings, because my brother's got some of them as well.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Let peace reign.
Absolutely. And so what you have is that purpose. We call it the divine purpose. You see, that's not something you learn at school or college or university.
We should learn it at school and college.
Unfortunately,
you're right. I know, Dad, you're right.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't. And so, in the same way, you have talent. Where, for example, one of the glorious thing about you is your singing ability. You're born with that. That was one of the amazing thing about it. And so that, as you can see, the more you practice it, the more it becomes even more profound. In the same way, your divine purpose is in a similar way, except that most people don't discover it.
Yeah.
They don't invest in the time and the effort. And that's why, as you said, even though you said it jokingly, but the truth is that everyone should go to a spiritual school. Because the only colleges and schools that you have is to do with might and power.
Yeah.
But most people don't have a clue about their spirit.
Can I ask you a super left-wing question? In the divine unknown of what we're doing, do you think maybe we're meant to start that school?
Of course. In fact, we are laying the foundation for it. And it is why most people get to a certain stage and when changes are taken. Because the changes that most people are experiencing is moving from might and power to this unknown, which is where their spirit should now be the next stepping stone. But because there's no understanding of this spirit, then it feels as if there's not a stepping stone there.
Dad, it's one of the things that's exciting me most about the potential partnership we're going to have with the YMCA East Anglia. That we are going to get what they deem, no, I'm not saying them as a company, but what maybe elements that managed society have deemed as not workable.
Indeed.
And Dad, to be able to get in on those motherboards,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dad, it's the basis of showing a person through perception instead of perspective. Because perspective will say, well, look at my situation, look where I am. But perception will say, if you survive that, what do you think you were? It was a preview of what you were going to go into.
Yeah.
And Dad, the art of discovering the version of you that's bigger than what you've experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the moment I'm working with a number of people who I am helping them to understand. Sorry, their
Don't
spirit.
choke.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Their spirit. You want to beat up his father?
No. Just,
Yes. So with those people, the transformation that is coming. And in time to come, we will ask them to give a testimony, as we call it testimony, as to how they feel that transition from discovering that spiritual side of them to what they've been living with, because up until that time of their life, they've only used to might and power. And sometimes that way is very thin, especially if you don't have the right kind of guidance in it. And the first thing that spiritual insight allows you to do is to be master of your situation.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
What does that mean then?
Okay.
No, just in a very kind of, because some people will hear it and they'll be like, okay, I think I know what that means.
It's the ability to deal with things without it impacting on you emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you control the narrative as to what is happening. So in other words, a person could be swearing at you, but because you're mastering the situation, it doesn't impact you. They see you smiling. I'm thinking, well, why are you smiling? I mean, I'm cursing you out. No, but because you're mastering the situation, so you don't allow a person to get control of that emotion that you have. Why? Because in your spiritual understanding, it said, bless them
Yeah.
that curse you. Do good to them that hate you and spitefully use the manner of evil against you. So you're mastering it. And that is what a lot of people are not able to do. So that's why when things don't go exactly as they would like it to, they become depressed, they become sad, they become down, because they have not mastered
that situation. Dad, I've loved this conversation. It's been so liberating, and also like mind widening. I wanted to finish off by asking you one more question. If you could go back in time and give your younger self any advice about this moment,
Yeah.
what would it be?
I would tell myself to embrace life wholeheartedly.
Wow.
That's the first thing. I would tell myself that embrace changes, challenges, and be prepared to function outside of the norm of everybody else. Because oftentimes I find that as a younger person, you want to please everybody, and it's just not possible. So rather than looking at who you are and developing you, you're looking at what everybody else and what looks good, feels good, what's getting more attention, etc. And you leave you, out there trying to be a round pole in a square hole. I would not do that. I would embrace the changes. I would embrace challenges. I would embrace new things. That would be the first thing I would do. And I would not become anxious or worried about it, because I would see that I am on an adventure.
Yeah.
I'm going to discover new things that other people may not even know, and therefore can imagine the benefit of it. And every person who is a success, because they come up with something new that majority of the others are not doing. So I would tell myself to embrace the things that comes my way, new things, new ideas, rather than being afraid of making mistake. Secondly, I would seek help from those who know more and knows better, and not thinking that realizing that there's no credit to a brave dead. I would want to be alive and take all of what everyone can input in me to achieve my objectives in life. So that's what I would be. Some of the differences. I would be inventive.
Even more than you are now?
Even more than I am now.
Wow.
Because I would do it much earlier.
Wow. I hear that.
See, so where you're now forced to do so because of where you are, there you would have been. But looking back over my younger life, you were so taken up with other people's opinion of you and what they think your success or failure is going to be. And you try to condition things
And to their balance.
suit to their balance.
Dad, can I be honest?
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny you say that last bit, because I was having a conversation with myself quite late the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked at the discovery within the conversation. Dad, if you asked me if I was a person that cared about what people thought, or I'd be like, no. Dad, to the point of paralysis at certain points.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I had dressed it in other clothes.
Yes.
Presenting it as something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't that.
That is true. That is true.
And I'd ask this. If you could give me the most valuable piece of advice that you have looking at me as your son and be like, Shean, regarding change and transition, this is the best information I could give you as a tool or an instrument or advice or a principle, or what would you say?
Embrace your success. Take your success and do not be afraid to be successful. Because like changes, success comes, and a lot of people fail to realize it comes with responsibility.
That word.
And that is where it becomes a deterrent.
Yeah.
So many people put their foot and put their feet in the proverbial success water. Feel it, oh, perhaps no. It's there, so at some time in the future, I'll stick my foot in it, but right now, no. I would say jump in, head first if you have to, because that is what is going to bring you to purpose. And that would be the thing I would say, that everything else you're doing is great, fantastic, but it's to embrace that success. To sort of say, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to bring it into practicality.
From your younger self to your older self.
All right.
Dad, I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. We also have, drum roll, we have the ability for you to support in whatever way that you can or you want to. If there's anything from what you hear from the podcast, but also if you're able to attach yourself to the vision that we have, not only for our local community, but for the world.
Yeah.
Please feel free at the link you can see here, paypal.me/showpopspoddy. Give, and we will see that gift repatriated. Guys, have a great rest of your week. We love you, from me and from my dad.
Stay blessed.
Bye, guys. Life is a collection of moments, seasons, and cycles. For every year that we've been here, we've had 4 yearly transitional changes. Spring, birth, new life, hope. Summer, it's the height of visuality, everything's blooming. In autumn, we find the preparation for sleep, everything begins to shut down. And in winter, we see ultimate sleep and ultimately death. But not death as an end, only as a beginning and a door into something greater to happen in the next cycle. So even in these moments of change and transition, it's not about our ability to feel in control of something that we're not familiar with, that we don't fully know about. It's about us immersing ourselves in the path of purpose that will take us to next. It's meant to feel scary. Anything that's new will often feel like that, but it's also meant to be a moment of discovery, a journey of exploration. So in these moments, allow your environment to shape and change and build you into what's coming next, but also allow yourself to attract and to attach and connect to the things and the people that understand through perception where you're heading and where your purpose is going to take you. Remember, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye, guys.